Next we notice the gestures made by people with their bodies, then the clothing.
Fingers, toes, knees, and elbows. You can use your whole body when you strike a pose. Jeans with holes and people wearing robes. You can dress your whole body in all types of clothes. Let's continue with lesson 2 of reading art. But first, here's a quick review. We started with facial expression and focal point. Now we're moving on to gesture and clothing because they're conjoined. A gesture is a movement of a part of the body. Let's try to do it. Make a gesture with your body that is showing an emotion, and I'll probably understand just how you feel, because body language can communicate for real. Let's try it with this portrait. I don't hear the music, but I can tell that they do by their fluid body movements. They really do absorb it. Let's be more specific. Her leg is forward, arms are up, his hands are on her hips. I wonder if he's spinning her around to do a twist, cause her back's to him and her shoulders slightly dipped. His foot is stepping forward and he's leaning back a bit. The way the dancing makes me think they may be passionate. Don't even get me started on the fashion cause it's hip. Clothing is the next part of this lesson. Let's get on to the second part of this chart that reminds you what to do when you read art. Notice gestures, then the clothing, like the cloak on this woman that is so green. On to the second part of this chart that reminds you what to do when you read art. Notice gestures, then the clothing, like the cloak on this woman that is so green. Nice clothes, turbans wrapped around their heads. The man being carried has his arms outspread, his legs outstretched, and he's showing bare chest with green powder everywhere, a beautiful mess. Necklace on his neck. The men around him are dressed in white, but they're covered in the powder that is red. Some are wearing scarves and they look coordinated. It makes me think a festival is being celebrated, cause the green powder man has a smile on his face with his eyes closed, like he's in his happy place. Now, this woman right here is looking strong with the fist up, showing off the muscles on her arm, even rolling up a sleeve with the other hand. Looking at us confidently like she has a plan. She seems proud, like she's thinking I know who I am. And if we check out her clothing, we may understand. She's dressed in a plaid shirt full of white and brown squares, with orange and blue stripes moving through them, and she wears braids in her hair, bracelet on her wrist, with the same blue stone that's on her ears and necklace. On to the second part of this chart that reminds you what to do when you read art. Notice gestures, then the clothing, like the cloak on this woman that is so green.